Okay, YouTubers, there's very little video on showing how to straighten a bent awning on an RV. And as you can see, I'm going to replace the fabric too because it's bad. But here's the tube. I went and bought two 2x6 by 18 by 16 foot and screwed them together with some screws. Not a lot of screws, just a few screws to keep them together. And then I went and bought a 12-foot 2x4, cut it in 3-foot lengths, and I screwed them to the 2x6s. And at the end I screwed a block, a push block that the pipe will push against. So the only other thing I had to do was I found out the tube wanted to rotate, so I drilled a small hole in the tube, which is going to be covered up with the fabric anyhow when I remount it. But you can see the little screw right there that I drilled a hole and stuck a screw in there, so the tube won't turn because it wants to turn on you when you're pushing on it. As you can see, I used a Porta Power. You could use a hydraulic bottle jack and some blocks of wood. I ran a string as a plumb bob, and there's the screw for the other end of the tube. And as you can see, it's pretty straight now. I actually took the bow right out of it. I'm going to order a reinforcement that goes in the middle of the tube from mx57now.com, and it slides in the end of the tube and it prevents the tube from bending again. But what really prevents the tube from bending is if you lower your awning when a stupid rainstorm comes, at least on one end, so the water can run off. But there you go. I was able to straighten that tube right out. As you can see, there's very little bend to it. I did have to take the come along and push the tube past that string about 5 inches almost, because when it would spring back, it would come back too far. So it took about 5 inches for me to push that tube past the spring before it would come back. Past the string before it would come back and be centered perfectly. So it's done now. Catch you guys later.